You're 15 years old. It's 1986. Your room is dark, but alive. Every wall is covered in posters. Iron Maiden, Metallica, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath. Outside the room, your parents are shouting, "Turn that noise down before it ruins your life." But you don't respond. You just sit still, hand resting on the cassette player, waiting for silence. And when it finally comes, you press play again, louder this time, because in that sound, you don't feel like a problem. You feel like yourself. And nobody outside that room understands that difference. In the 1980s, heavy metal wasn't treated like music. It was treated like a threat. Parents groups warned America that something dangerous was happening. Schools started banning albums. News channels debated it like it was a social crisis. Then came the US Senate hearings. Yes, music was literally discussed in government. The PMRC created a list called the Filthy 15. Judas Priest, Mötley Crüe, AC/DC, Black Sabbath, all labeled as harmful influence. They said it was violence, rebellion, even moral decay. Then came the sticker, Parental Advisory, explicit lyrics. But something went wrong for them. They thought it would stop the music. Instead, it made it feel more real, more powerful, more forbidden. And teenagers always chase what they're told not to touch. But here's what nobody talked about. Gen X wasn't just rebellious. They were alone a lot of the time. You came home from school, and the house was empty. No phones, no messages, no supervision. Just silence. And time. Too much of it. And in that silence, your thoughts got loud. Stress from school, pressure from identity, confusion about the future, emotions you didn't understand, and nobody really explained any of it. So you did the only thing you could. You handled it yourself. That's where metal came in. Not as rebellion, but as release. You didn't listen because you were angry. You listened because it helped the anger leave your system. Think about it. A dark room. Curtains closed. Headphones on. Volume high enough to shake your chest. And suddenly, everything disappears. No school, no pressure, no identity crisis. Just sound. Just energy moving through you instead of staying inside you. And when it stops, you feel lighter. Not fixed, but released. Today they call it emotional regulation. Back then, it was just turning the volume up. And then there was something deeper. Metalheads weren't isolated. They were connected in a hidden world. Record stores where people talked for hours. Cassette tapes passed like currency. Denim jackets slowly turning into memory maps. Every patch had a story. Every band meant something personal. Concerts where strangers became friends in one night. No social media. No followers. No validation system. Just identity. Because nobody asked, "What are you famous for?" They asked, "What are you listening to?" And that was enough. And without anyone noticing, metal was teaching you. Iron Maiden turned history into storytelling. Metallica turned literature into emotion. Megadeth turned politics into warnings. Black Sabbath turned fear into philosophy. You didn't study it. You absorbed it. A song made you curious. A lyric pushed you to look things up. A riff sent you to a library. And slowly, you started learning the world on your own. Without a classroom. Without permission. Now fast forward. The posters are gone. The cassette players are gone. The record stores are gone. But the music stayed. Because it became something deeper than sound. It became memory, identity, a time machine. One riff, and suddenly you're 15 again. Standing in that room, trying to figure out who you are, and somehow believing you might survive it. And maybe that's the truth nobody understood. They thought metal was breaking Gen X, but it was building them. It taught them how to handle pressure, how to survive silence, how to process emotions, how to find identity, how to keep going. So if you're one of them, you weren't broken. You weren't lost. You were just part of a generation that learned how to survive life. With sound, loudly, honestly, together.